Hello and welcome to our channel. Today, we're discussing the Egyptian army's signing of a defense agreement with Eritrea to send the Egyptian fleet to counter Ethiopian influence in the Horn of Africa. The Egyptian army recently signed a defense agreement with Eritrea, which includes steps to protect shipping in the Red Sea, which has been disrupted by Iranian-backed rebel attacks in Yemen. This move comes as part of strengthening military cooperation between the two countries, and has raised some tensions in the region, particularly with Ethiopia, which considers these moves a threat to its interests. According to sources, Egypt and Eritrea are exploring the possibility of signing a military cooperation agreement and exchanging intelligence information in their efforts to strengthen their already close relations. The sources told The National that this agreement will also include identifying bilateral steps to protect shipping in the Red Sea, which has been severely disrupted by attacks by Iranian-backed rebels in Yemen in solidarity with the Palestinians during Israel's 11-month war in Gaza. Egypt is also discussing with Eritrea possible mediation by Cairo to end the decades-long hostility between Asmara and the rebels in neighboring Ethiopia's Tigray, where the Tigray People's Liberation Front poses the greatest threat to Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's rule. The discussions between Egypt and Eritrea come amid a surprise visit to Asmara by Egyptian intelligence chief General Kamal Abbas, a close associate of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, and Foreign Minister Badr Abdel Ati. The two men met with Eritrean leader Isaias Afwerki. The Egyptian Foreign Ministry said that the two presidents delivered a message from Sisi to the Eritrean leader on strengthening and developing bilateral relations in all fields. It added that they listened to Afwerki's views on developments in the Red Sea regarding the importance of creating the necessary conditions for the restoration of maritime traffic and international trade through the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, referring to the narrow strait connecting the Red Sea and the Arabian Sea. The Egyptians also listened to Afwerki's views on developments in the Horn of Africa region and the challenges it faces, and ways to enhance security and stability there. Egypt and Eritrea together have thousands of kilometers of coastline on the Red Sea, including Egypt's coasts on the Gulf of Suez and Aqaba, as well as 355 islands under Eritrean sovereignty. While Egypt controls the northern parts of the Red Sea, including the Suez Canal connecting the Mediterranean, Eritrea is close to the strategic Bab el-Mandeb Strait. The two countries have maintained close relations over the past decade since Sisi took power in the most populous Arab state, where Afwerki has met the Egyptian president several times in recent years. Their last meeting was in Cairo in February 2024, just 3 months after their previous meeting in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. A source said, Egypt's main goal in the region is to curb Ethiopian influence in the Horn of Africa and pressure Abiy Ahmed's government. Strengthening cooperation with Eritrea is a major step in this direction. The military cooperation agreement with Eritrea would be the latest deal of its kind to be signed between Cairo and countries in the Horn of Africa, East Africa, or the Nile Basin. These include Djibouti, Kenya, Uganda, Sudan, and Somalia. Analysts see these deals as primarily aimed at pressuring Addis Ababa to show flexibility in its dispute with Egypt over the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. A recent military cooperation agreement was signed between Egypt and Somalia, which has been traditionally at odds with Ethiopia. Under the terms of this agreement, Egypt has transferred arms, military equipment, and troops to Somalia, which has strongly angered Ethiopia, which warned that this move would undermine stability in the Horn of Africa and vowed not to stand idly by. On the other hand, Eritrea gained independence from Ethiopia in 1993 after a decades-long civil war. The two countries fought a devastating war over a border dispute between 1998 and 2000, although they have since made peace and fought together against Tigrayan rebels in Ethiopia in 2020 and 2022, they remain rivals. The current dispute between Somalia and Addis Ababa is over a preliminary agreement signed by its landlocked neighbor this year with the breakaway region of Somaliland to lease coastal land in exchange for potential recognition of its independence from Somalia. Somalia described the agreement as an attack on its sovereignty and said it would block it by all necessary means. Somali State Minister for Foreign Affairs Ali Mohammed Omar told Al Jazeera in an interview, Somalia and Ethiopia have a long-standing animosity. When asked how Somalia would respond if Ethiopia and Somaliland went ahead and implemented their agreement, he said, that would be a declaration of war. Somalia has already threatened to expel around 10,000 Ethiopian soldiers from Somalia as part of the African Union peacekeeping force if the agreement is not cancelled. For its part, Egypt said it plans to apply to the African Union to be part of the new peacekeeping force in Somalia, which Somalia, as the host country, must approve. Thank you for following us. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like.